Hello, Pal Sam, and my name is Paul Apparatus, aka Paul POW, and welcome to our second vlog of our chess series of Paul POW called Pawn POW. So we are excited for the second one. The first one was the shocking, unexpected game between Manny Pacquiao, the boxing legend, and some VTuber called Filian, but this is not what we're talking about right now, but that's we're gonna talk about anyway. Right now, FIDE World Cup 2025 is already underway. With as of November 6th, we are set to it's about to begin the tie breaks of round of 128. Just 92 players remaining before 92 players remaining eyeing for that crown in FIDE World Cup 2025 and a spot for the FIDE candidates. Alright, today we're gonna analyze a game between the 5th seeded Filipino-born American Grandmaster Wesley Saw playing against 133rd seeded from Lithuania, Titas Stremavičius. I think Stremavičius. So here, White Stremavičius is playing as White in this game against Wesley Song. So for context, I think they're tied. The series is tied 1/2, 1/2, and whoever wins advances to round of 64. If not, it's gonna be a tie breaks. They're gonna have a tie break. So let's find out how this game goes. So let's begin. So Stremavičius goes with. Wait, give me a second. Is it working? Oh, there it is. Pawn to d4. Wesley goes pawn to d5. Knight f3. Knight f6. c4. Goes for the queen's gambit. And then Wesley goes e6. Knight c3. Bishop e7. C takes, e takes. Bishop f4. c6. h3. Queen to b6. Queen c2. g6. Alright, so far so good. e3. Bishop f5. Well, yeah, attacking the queen. And then queen c1. And then Wesley castles. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I want to know about. Oh, yeah. There's something about pawn to g6. Because this bishop is already here instead of eyeing to go for that bishop to g7 right over there. But I guess g6, excuse me, g6 could be good for for developing the bishop so that the queen cannot capture it because there's a pawn on g6. Let's go back. e3, bishop f5, queen c1, and then castles. That is, when Wesley castles, the bishop is already there, and then unlike the usual, it's already in on the g7 square. Usually they gonna push this right off. They're like g6, bishop g7, but no, it isn't. And then g4. Huh. Seems interesting, but if Stremavičius castles right over there, it's a bit surrounded. I mean exposed, and if he castles over here, he might get surrounded with these squares, if I may ask. So g4, bishop e4. Okay. So g4, of course, attacking the f5 bishop, the light squared bishop. And then bishop e4. That is the problem. Pinning the rook. So the knight is pinned, but Stremavičius goes bishop e2. Yeah, the knight is in danger, but I could suggest bishop g2. If I could be what is the analysis? Yeah, I think it's minus slight advantage. No, it's a bit equal. Bishop g2. Let's see. Bishop g2. And then let's see. So the suggestions are this one, knight bd7, and then castles, or fe8, bishop h2, bishop b4, a3, takes, h5, knight e5 takes, d takes, and then bishop g2, bishop takes, king takes, and knight e4. Well, there's now a double pawn for... Okay, so, well, I guess it's not the best move as of now, I think, but bishop e2 could have worked. The game continues with knight bd7, now with the all the minor pieces in development, and then he castles. All right, yeah, he castles. Stremavičius castles, and then that's the problem. And then the bishop is set to attack with these diagonal. Where did it go? Set to attack with this diagonal right over there. Okay, let's continue with bishop takes. I mean, bishop takes, queen d8, queen to c2, knight e8, e4, and then they takes knight df6, rook a d1, knight c7, knight bishop g2, queen b7, queen b3, knight cd5, bishop e5, rook fe8, g5. Uh-huh. And then they exchange. Oh, okay. So instead of... sound isn't interesting. Hmm? Wait, let me redo it. All right. Knight takes c3 and then g takes f6. Oh, wait. This knight takes c3. That's 3 points for Wesley. And then g takes f6. That's also 3 points. That's 3 points back for Stremavičius. And then Stremavičius sacrificed the rook. Is it? Wow. Oh, whoa. Okay, knight takes c3. G takes f6. And according to the engine, white is at plus 2.11. It's already plus 211. So g takes f6. There's no such thing as like brilliant move or something, but wait. It's what's these already? Wait, rook fe8. Rook fe8 is a mistake? I don't... Wait. I think rook fe8... No. Rook fe8 is something like better position. Like, yeah. Yeah, g5, knight takes. And so instead of taking this or this, he chose... Stremavičius chose g takes f6 and then knight takes d1. And then f takes e7. Knight takes f2. Bishop f6. Ready for promotion. Okay. Ready for promotion right over there. And then, but anyway, Wesley had to capture that and sacrifice and lose his own rook. And then bishop takes, queen takes, rook takes f2. And I think you're starting for the endgame. Rook d8, pawn to d5, c takes, bishop takes, queen g5, bishop g2, rook d7, queen c3, queen e7, rook f1, b6, rook e1, queen d8. Let's see how this goes. And it says that Stremavičius is an advantage. Queen e5, rook d1, rook takes, queen takes, king h2, h5, a3, h4, queen to e8, king g7, queen e3, king g8, queen f2, queen d8. All right, let's see how this endgame goes because there are 3 pawns, and then for 3 pawns for white, and then 5 pawns for black, and but a bishop. So that's like 3, 7 over 5. So there's like a 2-point advantage for Stremavičius, but let's see how this goes. King g1, queen g5, queen d4, queen g3, king f1, king h7, queen to c3, queen g5, bishop c6, queen e7, bishop f3, queen d6, bishop e2, queen check, king e1, f5. So Wesley saw spawn is starting to march up to the promotion. Let's see how this will go. King to d1, king h6, queen to d2, pinning the queen, king g5, bishop b5, and then they finally exchange king f4, bishop e8, g5, avoiding of losing a pawn. Bishop d7, g4 takes, king e2, g3, bishop c6. But I mean, it's now a drawn position. Where did Wesley make, did Stremavičius made a mistake? Okay. It's 1.68 and then 1.60, 1.62. Oh, bishop b5? What's, oh, so that was not a good move, but it says that the best move is, no, queen d3, king h6, and then king c2, queen e5, queen d2, king h7, right over here, and then king h6, and Stremavičius goes and he stays in the advantage, and then queen d2, king h7, something like that. Yeah, that would make sense. Okay, let's go back. Where did we stop? Okay, g4. So they takes. So it's kind of like it's a pass pawn now for g and h pawn. But the bishop, oops. But the bishop is trying to counter it. It's like trying to get onto this g2 and h2, somewhat like that. But the king goes to e2, g3, bishop c6 down there. You see g2 and h2 up on the, trying to avoid it. I mean, trying to defend it to avoid the promotion. King e5. Now it's an equal, very equal position. If I would be me, but probably I would be heading it to tie breaks right now because it's very exhausting in Goa. I mean, yeah, the match is held in Goa, India. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of fine. Like, yeah. All right, e3, king e3, h3, bishop d7, h2. All right. And then the bishop goes back to c6, and then king d6, bishop g2, king c5, pawn to b3, a5, king to d3, b5, bishop f3, king d6, king d4, king e6, bishop e4. So basically the bishop is staying in this diagonal just to avoid this. I mean, I can just like, I can also go with it. No. I cannot. I mean, I can go for this right over there, but the king can probably try to defend it. All right, king f6, king d5, king g5, king e5, king g4. So of course, what if I would say I could go here and then like so. So yeah. Oh wait, why is winning? Huh. Never mind. King g5, king e5, king g4, bishop g2. So of course wants to avoid it here, but and then the king cannot go on here because there's the king on the e5. The king on e5 tries is controlling the f4 square. So, but anyway, if the king wasn't there, he could have gone like there and then tries to attack the bishop over there. The king to g5 goes and then a4 b4, thus putting it in lockdown temporarily. And then finally king e4, king g4. It is drawish, but after Wesley taking for a while and probably in time pressure, Wesley Saw resigned in this position, in a drawn position. Wesley Saw resigned in a drawn position, and the commentators were absolutely stunned. Wow. This means the Lithuanian player, I don't know, I'll just say Lithuanian title player because I don't know if he's a Grandmaster or an international master, but yeah. Titas Stremavičius as a 133rd seed upsets the 5th seed Wesley Saw. Oh my goodness. It is an upset alert. Wow. One of the biggest upsets in FIDE World Cup 2025. Titas Stremavičius advances to the round of 64. I don't know if he got an opponent for the round of 64, but I'll just check the bracket later. So that means Wesley So goes home, or maybe books a ticket to Cancun. And yeah, Wesley Saw is now heading to Cancun because of the Cancun memes. So yeah, for a vacation in Cancun. Oh no. Wow. I mean, I think Filipino fans, because Wesley Saw is a Filipino-born American. He's now having a US citizen. He's now representing the US like since so many years, but his chess career just like grew in the Philippines. And yeah, everybody is so upset. I mean, everybody is so stunned in this. The 5th seed Wesley Saw got eliminated by the 133rd seed from Lithuania. Oh my goodness. Well, that's it. I guess we're gonna end the vlog right now in our second Pawn Pow. There's still more we're still gonna cover in the FIDE World Cup coming up. I think the next one is gonna be from the match between, let me see what we're gonna play. So the next match we're gonna analyze is a match between, bearing the FIDE flag, Jan Nepomniachtchi, the a contender in the FIDE World Championship, playing in the 2021 and 2023 World Championship, playing against Josh Diptayan from India. So we're gonna analyze that in a third vlog of the Pawn Pal. So look forward to that. But anyway, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching Pow Fam, and don't forget to subscribe and follow all of our socials on Twitch, X, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, Blue Sky, and our second channel, Pow Vlogs. We are so close. We are set to have Pasko Fiesta vlogs coming up right in Pow Vlogs. So look forward to it, and don't forget to subscribe. That's it for me. This has been Paul Labras, aka Paul POW, our Rida FIDE Master and 8-time Wheeler of the Week, saying goodbye.